Okay, so I was asked if I could redo the cost profit calculation exercise, so I'm going to do it here. So all the green cells are the ones you want to find out. So basically we'll just work down the base year first. We've got expenses, so that just adding up the different expenses categories. I think that's it. Yep. So that's just the sum of those subtotals. And then our profit and loss is just our revenue minus operating expenses. All right, so our actual load factor, we've got ASKs, we've got RPKs. So our load factor is RPKs divided by ASKs, 75.8%. We'll come back to break-even load factor. Now we'll keep working our way down. We'll come back to the KPIs. Okay, so average block hour per sector. We've got block hours and we've got sectors. So our block hours divided by sectors will give average block hours per sector. Our average sector length is our RPKs times 1,000, because you'll see here we've got 1,000, it's in the thousands, and that's divided by your passengers is about almost 1,200 kilometres is average distance. And then our cost per block hour is simply our total costs, expenses, divided by our total block hours flown. Now our expenses, no, that's right. Cost per block hour. And I'll make that 10.25. Okay, and our average seats per sector, we've got 16.7 million seats, and we know our sectors flown is that. So average seats per sector is 147. Okay, so let's have a look. Trip cost is our total costs divided by our total trips, or our sectors flown. So I think these are actually, these expenses are all in thousands. Have a look there. So this is actually 2 billion, not 2 million. So it means actually we've got our cost per block hour. We need to multiply 5,000. And our trip cost is by 1,000. So it's per sector's flown. Okay, so let's have a look. Available seat cost. So we've got our total seats, and we've got our total costs. Our cost times 1,000 divided by seats. And it's $130 per seat. What else can we look at? So let's work our way through these KPIs then. So average guest carriage per sector. So you've got guests and you've got sectors. So 112 guests per sector. Our average fare, we can actually calculate as our total revenue times 1,000 divided by the number of passengers. So it's $172. Our revenue per ASK is is our revenue times 1,000 divided by our ASKs, and that's also times 1,000. And then we need to multiply that by 100 to get cents. Let's try again. Revenue times 1,000, so we don't have to worry about that this time. ASKs times 100. Let's put it up. Our yield is our revenue divided by our RPKs times 100 to get cents. Our cost per ASK is our expenses divided by our ASKs times 100, and our cost excluding fuel is our expenses minus, where's our fuel cost? Our fuel cost up there. So it's just like CASK, except we're just subtracting fuel, divided by ASKs times 100. It's 8.22 cents. So there we go, we've done that. Then break-even load factor is your CASK divided by your yield, 75. So you can see our actual load factor is only a tiny bit above our break-even, and our profit is very small, so that kind of makes sense. Okay, so that's the first base year calculations, and I might make another video for the next one.